Welcome to the Lost at Home podcast. Here are your hosts, Scott Bear and Jeremiah Johnson.
Welcome to the Lost at Home podcast. My name is Scott.
And I'm Jeremiah.
And this is episode 399 for all of you number freaks out there.
Yeah, you number freaks, that's right. Oh, you know, this is definitely not a prime number episode, but I never...
Is this prime?
I never do prime number episodes anymore.
But is it?
I can't imagine 399 is. That sounds like there's too many things that go...
I know, I feel like
all divisible by 3.
3.
I feel like all 3 of them are divisible by 3, so we can't be prime.
It'd be amazing if it wasn't.
I wonder if 401 is prime. Let me check that out. That's got 21, could go into it in 380. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, welcome to the show, everybody. We are a math podcast, and we're a math podcast, and we don't know what prime numbers are. So do not listen to us, so we're going to...
We only know the low ones, like 1 through 10.
Yeah, I'm pretty good with that.
Pretty good. Got a solid lock on the single-digit prime numbers. Not going to brag.
Oh, yeah. Pretty damn good with them.
Just going to say I didn't go into a math career. Fuck, I kind of did.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Oh, shit. I probably shouldn't tell my boss I don't know shit about math.
Back when I was a chef, I didn't even know how many prime chickens there were.
You probably used at least arithmetic and math. Probably more.
There's tons of math in cooking.
Yeah,
tons.
Yeah, exactly.
Recipes have all the changes in numbers. Plus, when you're buying meat, you have to do pounds per,
Yeah, and of course, you guys would always buy that metric meat, so you had to do that metric.
I need a meter of chicken. That's how we do it. That's metric, right?
It's not even just this metric. It's a completely different system. They sell chicken by the length.
I need 2 meters of chicken.
It's just like rolled up. And
We've got 5 meters of guests coming in. I need 2 meters of chicken.
Yeah,
I've learned that it's a 5-to-2 ratio.
Yeah,
See, ratio. I know my math.
We got a 600 kilogram top coming in. Big time. Yeah. Oh man. Anybody out there who works in the restaurant business knows what we're talking about.
And if you don't, everyone should do 1 year of actual restaurant or waiting service cooking.
Yeah. You know, like how Israel makes everybody join the military for like a couple of years.
Everyone needs to be in the service industry for 1 year.
Service industry. It could even be like working retail behind.
You
a counter
work at a
or something.
Gap.
Like somebody needs to come up to you.
Although working at a Gap is not the
things.
same as being a cook or a waiter in a kitchen.
It's true. Yes, and those are because I've actually done both of those. I have. Not worked at a Gap, but I've worked
Never
retail.
worked at a Gap.
I've worked retail.
I've worked retail too. My ex owned a clothing store for a tiny bit before she got bored with it, and then I owned a clothing store for a little bit before I decided to let it fail because she let it fail.
Because you're just like, this is not my thing.
Oh, yeah, we owned a business together, but it was all in her name, and then she just stopped going because she got bored. Yeah. So I kept it going for as long as I could by myself, and then finally I was like, I also work 40 hours a week at a real job. And I'm doing 40 hours a week at your hobby job.
Yeah.
I was doing 80 hours a week at one point.
Wait. So Scott, you're telling me that she got bored? What? She start a lumber mill? Should we start this show?
Oh, we should start this show.
Yeah. All right, we're going to talk about some weird news and stuff today, and of course, we're on the precipice of episode 400, and we are hard at work on that. We got some great stuff coming out. Don't
really expect this to come out hot on the heels of this episode. Yeah. We're gonna let this one simmer on the stove.
Exactly.
Speaking of cooking,
you're gonna have to wait for it. We're gonna edge you into 400. Ruined orgasm. You rated to episode 400.
I'm gonna wait till this pot of stew is at 1 degree Celsius. I don't know if that is that hot. Yeah.
Oh,
is that cold?
Wait. Is this stew at 6 meters yet? No. Okay.
No.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
It is 7 kgs.
I mean, although things could technically work for a stew, you could definitely measure the depth of the stew. And you could definitely measure the weight of the stew. It just doesn't really tell you much about the stew.
I don't think depth and weight have a conversion into anything, though.
Depth times weight equals yum!
We found the one math equation that just doesn't hold water.
Oh, man.
This pot of water is 1 meter deep and weighs 7 kilograms. What's the density? Fuck if I know.
I want to make a baked Alaska. I don't know relativity. What? Okay. Anyway, so we're gonna talk about...
You can really taste the string theory in this stew.
Oh yeah. Excuse me. This means a little string theory. Stringy. Yeah. String theory cheese.
Oh,
that's something, isn't it?
That's something.
I said it. It wasn't anything. I was like, but I felt really excited about it, and then immediately it was like, that's just putting 2 words together. That string cheese is a thing. So I mean, string theory cheese. We could make it. Anyway.
Well, I got a title for the show already.
We're 5 minutes in. We already got a title. Anyway, so we're gonna talk about a few things. Scott, you like to get lost in thought before we get into our normal segments. Do you have anything you got lost in thought about recently?
Well, when we last left the show.
When we last left the show.
Last week on Lost at Home podcast.
Yeah. Which is funny because I don't know which week because we're so far ahead / behind on the show. It's weird. So.
I recorded the last episode driving here in a killer snowstorm.
Oh yeah.
And,
well, you're literally like while you're driving in the storm, you're recording the episode. Yeah.
But it was a stress drive, and when all was said and done, stress drive to the airport.
And by the way, that was two storms ago.
Yes,
that was 2 storms ago, and we're in April. Yeah. And we're like we had one in late March.
I left and a foot and a half fell and had to drive to the airport through it, and I came back and a foot and a half fell.
Oh my God, you're right. You were sandwiched.
3 feet of snow. I was in the middle of 3 feet of snow.
In the middle, you were in 90-degree Mexico. You poor fucker. You got what you deserved.
Yeah, well, I was down there. It was 90 degrees, 97 some days.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Beautiful. It didn't rain one day. No clouds. Sunny. Awesome. It was beautiful.
Yeah. And then, so you left when it was fucking nothing but snow, and you came
back
back
to
and it was
nothing but snow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, informer. Somebody told me blah, blah, blah. And I came on now. Oh, God damn it. Scott, you can just turn the song off. No, I came back to snow. I left in snow. We got to just sit in the snow for a while. Is snow doing anything these days? I'm going to look that up later. Anyway.
I spent a week down in Mexico. It was beautiful. Drank on the beach, went swimming, played with fishies.
Fishies. Played with fishies. Did you?
There were so many fish. It was amazing. You just swam through schools of fish.
Okay, you didn't play with them. You just swam through
I punched a few.
Oh, yeah. I like your idea.
I'm underwater just punching fish.
Yeah, I know. That's why
another American.
He got arrested
It's a trope down there.
That's why you got arrested for playing with your kids.
He just spent thousands of dollars to go to Mexico to punch fish. Fuck you, Flipper.
Yeah. You can just punch fish anywhere. I mean, first of all, you can't punch fish anywhere, but you could technically.
It's easier in that area. It's like,
is it really?
They fucking come up. I got bit by a fish. I was swimming in the water.
So
it came up to me and it bit my finger, and I was like, "Ow!"
And then you punched it.
Yeah.
Or did it bite you maybe because you were punching all his
No,
friends?
I started punching after.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got bit by a fish.
So it was a vengeance punch.
It was like, I don't know, football size.
Okay.
And it bit my finger.
Okay.
It didn't break the skin, but it was enough to be like, "Ow!"
Oh yeah, like even those little fucking.
It was like football size. I was in the water. It came up to me and it was like, honk.
I got bit by a fucking like a larger size like rainbow trout once, and those are like not even meant to bite, and those things fucking hurt. Like it's like tiny little razors.
Oh yeah,
that was like
little razors.
Yeah, it was like a 16 to 18 inch rainbow trout. Fucking snapped right on the when you're fucking Then of course I killed it because it was already on the land, and I had to catch it, and it was like a little snippy snip.
Little observation about being in Mexico.
Yeah, what's up?
A lot of American boomers go down there for vacation because they have hit the point where they have money. They can vacation.
Yeah.
A lot of millennials, even Gen Xers can't vacation, but boomers, they got the money. I get to walk by people who had T-shirts, like old men with gray hair that said, "Real men aren't women." I saw that in a T-shirt. Yeah.
Awesome.
I had a boomer wearing blue blockers, which are huge sunglasses for old people.
Yeah.
But while he was eating lunch with his wife, I was wearing a gay Star Wars shirt.
Nice.
And he would not stop staring at me while eating, to the point where he was looking at me, putting food in his face blind from his plate,
It's like
staring at me. And I told my wife, I'm like, I think that boomer hates me. And she's like, no, he's fine. I'm like, look.
Yeah, no.
She looked over, she's like, oh, shit.
Those are people who are going to hate crime.
Death staring you.
Yeah. That's because, like,
but with the blue blockers, he could be looking to my left or right, maybe.
Yeah.
You can't quite tell. No, his head was right at me.
That is an angry, confused, probably closeted gay man who just is so angry that he can't show who he is because he had
a very vibrant
like
Hawaiian shirt on.
Yeah.
Blue blockers just wouldn't.
Or maybe it was just like, oh, I can fucking fuck this dude.
But I realized that
maybe he just wanted to fuck you.
That age group has the money to vacation still.
Yes.
They can still do it.
Yes,
and they're also the same people who are like the border, the Mexicans.
Yes, yeah.
They're rapists. They're killers. They're the worst people. And then they're like, down there going,
honey, you want to go visit the rapist?
Yeah, and they go down there to like, let's just hang out for the week and drink and eat their food. And
this place and these people are actually pretty nice. For some reason, the second they cross that border, they become rapists. But
I'm pretty sure that guy saw that there's like on enchiladas, burritos, tacos. He's like waffles every meal. Yeah. No, eating that ethnic food. waffles are from Belgium. Yeah, that's the good ethnics. That's Europe. Europe.
They're pretty much French people, which kind of suck, but they made fries, and we freedom fries now. You want to hear more about America and how it's great and how you guys are definitely rapists, but only when you cross the border. I like you, though. You're one of the good ones. Hey, what do you mean I'm saying something out of line? I said they were one of the good ones. Oh, you fucking boomers. Fuck you.
I don't have a lot of good travel stories because everyone was pretty chill. Everyone was pretty nice. We didn't really see anything too wild. We did have a private tour to the Mayan temples, and cool. Our tour guide was hilarious and awesome and like the nicest dude on earth. And I love that he kept saying, yeah, just think of me like, he's like on the highway speeding to get us there. And he's like, this is the Mexican highway. It's not as nice as your highways, but it's what we call the Mexican highway. You see him going fast on it? That's why they call me the Mexican Speedy Gonzales. And I was like,
that's awesome.
And like, is he doing that on purpose? Is he really, really funny, or does he not get that Speedy Gonzales is Mexican?
is our American representation of a Mexican anybody.
He's like, they call me the
Speedy. Pretty racist now.
Like, they call me the Mexican Speedy Gonzales.
I feel like,
and then he goes underlay as he like goes through like red lights and shit.
I feel like that is. I bet if you go down and we're gonna ride with him, he would give you the same exact bit. It's sort of like when you go to these
for the tourists.
Yeah, absolutely. It is worked out. It is prepared. It has worked. It gets him the maximum number of like amount of tips or whatever or return business. It's awesome. He loves it. And I love that. Well, when people do that,
he had a good acting persona.
Yeah, absolutely.
We were at the Mayan sites, and I was like, I want to steal a rock from the Mayan temple, like, a little pebble in the ground. And I reached out to pick up one. I kind of looked at it for a second, judging it because he was kind of ahead of us, and he had turned at that exact moment. He goes, oh, you like that? He goes, I'm not going to tell anyone you paid me.
We're like, hey, $5, I won't tell anybody. He could have built.
No, he was just like, he's like, you already paid me. I'm not going to tell anyone.
Check is clear, bitch. Take whatever you want. Yep. Walking out with a fucking piece of the
a boulder, an actual carved stone
exactly.
with an etching on it.
It's got like a fucking Mayan writing on it and shit like that. Be like, I came in with this. Yeah, I think I remember that actually. Yeah, no, yeah, I vouch for him, and I am the Mexican Speedy Gonzales. Hey, oh, Speedy, how you doing? Yeah.
Now the guy was great. It took me about it was an hour and a half drive. It took me the first 20 minutes of the drive to basically assert he wasn't going to human traffic us.
Okay, cool. Okay, I think like you
gotta do that for a moment. Be like, did we just get in a van with a dude who's just going to drive us randomly?
And we've mentioned this before. You and I
don't want to get human traffic.
We are more fortunate in that we are not as.
I got a pretty wife. Profitable. I got a pretty wife.
So the key with you is just making sure it's like okay, is my wife worth enough? And as a young white woman,
how much is she? Probably. I know. I calculate her worth every day. I did it before the vacation to make sure inflation didn't change.
Exactly. You're just looking what the rate is.
Oh, honey, it looks like you went up by a $2,000 fakeflation.
Fucking traffic-flation.
Something you're divorced because of fakeflation.
Fakeflation. Yeah, like, oh, honey, wait, hold on, your stock is down. Let's go. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we gotta wait till you're 40 before we travel again. Yeah, there you get way less money for the 40-year-olds.
And while we were down there, I was catching up with some drama here in Vermont.
Yeah, you can't leave your home state behind completely. You could, you completely lost them.
There was Burlington drama, and if you follow Burlington news, if you're a Vermont listener, New Hampshire listener, honestly a nationwide listener at this point, you may have heard of Ida's Pizzeria. They're a Burlington, Vermont pizzeria where they have $40 cheese pizzas, $65 pepperoni pizzas, and $26 subs. If you go in and ask for a sub, they will not give it to you unless you also buy a pizza.
So if you want to buy their exorbitantly priced sub, they don't want your money, even though it's way too much money. It's what? That's 3 subs.
And
that's 2 subs. That's 2 subs.
While we were down there, we were following the drama around it. But the guy who tried going in and ordering 1 sub, and the owner called him a loser. And then when he posted that he called him a loser online, he tried suing him for defamation. He also posted a story of his own on Instagram before I got blocked for liking someone else's disparaging comment about him. He simply went on a 6-minute Instagram story tirade about a 4-top that came in, sat down, ordered 1 large pizza split amongst the 4 of them, and when they ordered the large pizza, he kicked them all out. He said that's not enough food to order for a table.
What? We just want slices.
He kicked the 4-top out because they ordered 1 large pizza to split.
Which is definitely enough for one.
He's like, you didn't order enough food. Get out.
If everybody wanted a couple pieces of pizza, that's 1.5 to 2 pieces of pizza each.
The place basically has a $75 minimum order.
But put that in your fucking thing then.
Yeah.
And then guess what? Then people won't come in because it's a bad fucking business model. Anyway, this
So
person sucks.
So this person sucks.
And you found out they sucked while you were in Mexico.
Oh, no,
What are you
before, following the story there.
Okay, you were following the story.
And
what are you going to do about it?
I use the new AI music maker app. I won't name it here, not buzz marketing anybody.
I think you actually should in this case.
All right,
because it's ultimately if it wasn't for the fact that we're going to be going out on a song.
Yeah, we're going out on this song I made with the AI.
So essentially think of that as a band. You got to credit the band.
So at the end of this episode, you're going to hear a song, and it's about Ida's Pizzeria. And I made it, and I love it, and it got so much traction on Reddit that I was hearing from a coworker that they had already had it shared to them before they knew I made it.
Yes, yeah.
So
it had made its viral rounds around to you.
It went full viral around Burlington. Viral.
Burlington viral.
And also, I did notice, nationwide viral because some other food blogs literally linked back to my song.
Yes, that's awesome.
So other nationwide food blogs on Reddit
pretty much hopefully
linking it out.
Like bringing it up. And we were talking earlier on the porch about how ultimately it might drive sales to this person, but they're probably not self-aware enough to capitalize on it by turning it into a joke on themselves and leaning into it. Because usually for them to be that asshole-ish, they're so narcissistic, they'll double down on it.
If he was smart, he'd own it.
So exactly. Be like, oh, this is part of my shtick. I just try to I didn't realize people don't get it. No, and then immediately we were saying, like, the place in, you were talking about a place in Boston. I was talking about a hot dog place in Chicago that Conan did something with Jack McBrayer and Triumph where the whole point of going in is they insult you, treat you like shit. He could turn it into that, be like, oh, that's just part of my shtick. Bing, bang, boom, bam. You're good. But it's like, and then you get to still yell at people and put them in a mortar on shit, and people are willing to come in.
Make your shtick.
Yeah, and people are willing to come in and try to
The
give
guy's a
shit.
tweaker, and a lot of his Instagram story videos, his reels, are him walking out of the restaurant to have a smoke in the back alley, bitching about the customers who were just inside.
Yeah, great.
It's a top. You need to go to the account.
Do I?
And watch the stories, watch the reels. This guy is.
I watched a couple when you first sent me the Ida's Pizzeria thing, and I was like, oh, I should catch up. And then I watched a couple of things like, I need to be cut up very speedily by you because I'm like, there's way too much. I could tell already.
It's hours of
Fucking
content.
thread I was pulling, and I'm like, I don't have time for this. Scott, give me the fucking broad strokes.
I gave it to you.
Let me know. And then you sent me the song, be like, this pretty much tells you everything you need to know. And so yeah, we're gonna go out on that song, Pizza Loser. Which is a great name for a song anyway, I think.
Yep.
Regardless.
Pizza Loser himself reached out to me and made a Sora, which is an app that makes video.
Pizza Loser being not the owner, but the loser.
The guy was called a loser.
That was not allowed to order.
Yeah. He made a full Sora AI video for my song as well, which I have, and I don't have a great way to share it. Honestly, he said I can do whatever I want with it. I can treat it like it's my own. Maybe we'll throw it on our video section, throw it up on YouTube.
Yeah, perfect.
And then we can put it on our website through the YouTube link, so we can add it to our videos.
Yeah. Gotcha, yeah.
Like, why not? Why not? Extra content. Speaking of which, lostandknowmpodcast.com. Go to our website. We have all the episodes up. We have old episodes of our show that you can't find elsewhere. Actually, we don't. Everything's found on Spotify, but and everywhere else. But we do have Spotify, the horror in the court episodes as well.
Yep.
And we have all of our music videos, our songs made by Sonic Jalopy. There is so much content there. You could spend hours listening to and watching stuff.
I would say it sounds about like 10 years worth of content.
Yeah, we have 10 years worth of content on that website. You could literally just sit there and watch music videos, listen to songs, full albums for download, including a Christmas album, a Halloween album.
Just
free. Everything is free.
Take it, have fun with it, listen to it, put it on a playlist.
One last Lost in Thought.
Yeah.
One last one.
I realize Lost in Thought is lit. That sounds pretty cool too. Hey, you ready to get lit? Bam.
Maybe Sora whatever it's called.
Yeah,
Suno needs to make a theme song for Lost in Thought.
Yeah, Lost in Thought is lit. You ready to get lit? Lost in Thought, lit. It's going to do a better job than that.
No, we're going to use that one.
It's going to take less time, and it's going to do a better job.
No, I kept thinking about, because Nepo babies is such a thing right now.
I thought that's what this
is
going.
All I can think of, every time I hear fucking, it's in the news, everyone, there's Nepo babies. I was like, what about necro babies? No one's talking about them.
Okay, so are necro babies dead babies or babies
from a famous
born
person?
Okay. Necro babies are a dead famous person's baby, or okay.
So Kurt Cobain now is a necro baby if his dad was famous before him. Well, dead. So it would have to be a current dead person who had a famous dad.
Yeah, I mean, wouldn't actually we could find.
I don't know. I don't have a good example right off the top of my head. Like famous person.
Liza Minnelli's still alive, isn't she? I was going to say her, but because she's soon to be Liza Minnelli. She's very close to death. I mean, she's an amazing person.
I mean, everyone is in some degree. But yeah,
when
no.
to the timing of the cosmos,
You know that-
we're all technically within a second of a millisecond of the death's door. I know.
That could be a episode 400 skit in memoriam for like the Oscars, but they just call it Necro Babies.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, they divided into two: famous people who were dead who had no famous parent, famous people who were dead who had a famous parent.
There's definitely plenty of people. So, we could actually find
in memoriam, and then they boringly say 10 names. Then like now for the Necro Babies.
And those are the people who, and it doesn't even have to be people who are dead. We can actually definitely easily find 10 Necro Babies or not 5 Necro Babies. Let's make it easy.
What's the fat girl from the show with the redneck mom?
Honey Boo Boo?
Yeah. If she dies, the mom's famous too. Wouldn't she be an... Oh, no. You need to be famous first. They got famous together.
I also think we could just find people who aren't, like, 12.
Oh, she's 21.
No, she's 20. Well, yeah, she's in her... She's
20.
She's in her 20s now.
I watched the thing...
She's also not, like, large anymore.
I watched the thing,
She's large. No,
I watched a thing the other day where her mom spent all her money and she found out, and it was hilarious.
Yeah,
I don't follow that drama because I'm not into reality stuff, but it was still
I
funny.
She's essentially a victim, and she was exploited as a child.
Her mom exploited her hard.
Yeah, exactly. Like probably like Munchausen by proxy, probably kept her fucking sick/overweight to be Honey Boo.
Her mom bought a house with her money, and she was like, "You bought a house with my money." She's like, "Yeah." And she's like, "And then you sold," and the mom goes, "Yeah, I invested in that house." She goes, "And then you sold it, so don't I get half?" Like, isn't that how investments work?
Yeah, I gave you my money for you to go and invest in something like say like a entrepreneur or what do they call those investors? Those big investors, venture capitalists.
Yeah.
So
I can see that family, the mom being like, "I was smart. I got out of the housing market in 2019, like just before all the values went through the roof."
Yeah, dump it. It's no good. Yeah, this COVID shit's gonna fucking tank the market.
Exactly. Yeah. No one's gonna want a COVID house.
Also, it's definitely gonna kill me and my baby because we are not healthy. Listen to how I talk. I'm a goddamn mother of a child. I talk like a goddamn wrestler. I know that's not how she talks, but it is in my fucking head.
Close enough.
That's called truth. All right, are we ready to move on to our segment Ig Nobel Prize?
We are.
It's the Ig Nobel Prize. A ceremony for weird stuff. All right, Ig Nobel Prize. Just a little backstory here. Ig Nobel Prizes are awarded on an annual basis to folks that have some scientific merit, but also, it's as you can tell by the name, it's a parody of the Nobel Prize. And they have different categories, just like the Nobel Prize, but it's all for like kind of funny, silly, if not weird or wacky scientific innovations and whatnot. So the Ig Nobel Prize, we've been doing this segment for quite a while now. I don't know, like a half a dozen episodes or so. And a
baker's metric dozen.
Exactly. Yep. We've... I don't get the metric system. Clearly, we don't
made
get the
17 muffins. It's a metric dozen.
A metric dozen is 17. It's from now on. That's it. It's a metric dozen. Doesn't make sense. Who cares?
Actually, metric goes on scales of 10, so making 10 would be a metric dozen.
I actually wonder.
I either make 10 or 100.
If you wanted to turn 12 into 10, that's how you would do it and figure out what that turns
dozen.
into. Is a metric dozen would actually be whatever. But
it would actually be smart in some ways.
I like 17. A metric dozen would just be
17. Yeah. That'd be an empirical dozen, although it's already 12, so that's a weird number.
Exactly. Well, that's what I mean. Like the conversion factor. I'm going to reverse engineer it to make it make sense. It doesn't matter. The Ig Nobel Prize. We've been doing this for half a dozen. Probably a third of a metric dozen episodes or so. Third of metric dozen minus one or whatever. Anyway, so the thing about this is we've been doing it long enough. It's been getting harder and harder to find really fun ones through the whole thing. They've been doing it for a while, but we've already covered a lot of the really nice ones. Now, I do want to do some more, but next, the episode 400, I'm going to kind of bundle a few of them up into something, and that's going to be the last official segment. Now, that doesn't mean...
hoorah.
And that's not saying we won't bring some of these to the table from time to time, but the last...
we're just going to do normal Nobel Prizes from this point forward.
Exactly.
Very dry, academic.
Very important, like fucking game-changing shit.
String cheese theory kind of shit.
Oh, yeah, exactly. String cheese theory, it's a big one. Yeah. But yeah, so I'm going to be covering this with 2005 is this entry. and it comes in.
That's a good year. It's a good year. 19 years ago. That makes me cry a little inside.
Oh my God, almost 20 years ago. Jesus Christ. That's when the movie The Descent came out. Don't know why that's the first thing that came to my mind, but it's an awesome movie. People check out The Descent. It's a great movie. I
think it's Descent.
I don't get it.
The Descent. I think it's Descent.
Holy fucking shit. Yeah, I get it.
No. They sound similar.
Oh, I see.
That's where the humor comes in.
I said it was really great, and you're saying actually
it's decent.
It's decent.
But the movie's called Descent.
Yeah, but
so
Descent is a decent movie. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I think it's a great movie. I still don't get
that doesn't work comedically.
The Descent is great. I don't get why how is that different from yours?
Descent. It's a decent movie.
Comedically,
there's a.
Agree.
Let's agree to disagree for the sake of the show. We don't need this to end before 400. We don't need this to be our last episode.
Exactly. 6 of one, 1/3 of a metric dozen of the other. I think as the saying is one.
I don't think you can do third of 17.
It's close to 6. It's pretty close to 6.
We're getting more empirical as we go.
It's like 5.8 something or something like that. I don't know. Whatever. I'm not going to worry about that because we're talking about the Ignoble Prize.
No, worry about it. We're going to spend some time on it.
It's the only thing I'm going to be thinking of the whole show.
We got listeners pausing so they can worry about it.
Have
they pulled over on the highway to worry about it.
Have they figured out what 17 divided by 3 is yet? You could just ask Siri or something like that. But, oh no, Siri's probably fucking listening. God damn it. Okay. Anyway, so the 2005 Ignoble Prize in Economics. This is actually a fun one. This is one that's actually kind of practical and one that actually went on to be something. And this is, and I was curious if you've actually heard of this thing before, but it was presented to Gauri Nanda of MIT for inventing Clocky, an alarm clock that runs away and hides repeatedly, thus ensuring that people get out of bed and thus theoretically adding many productive hours to the workday.
I love it.
Now, it was invented by Gauri Nanda, a graduate student at MIT, as part of her master thesis project. Developed the concept in 2005 to address the common problem of people hitting the snooze button oversleeping. Happens all the time. Now, she didn't plan on doing anything with the idea beyond the thesis. She's like fun. And she even used like shag carpeting over like the prototype was just really kind of ragged little prototype, like an alarm clock with shag carpeting over it with like googly eyes and little wheels on it, like real rough shod. But apparently, back in 2005, this was like, it's not technically pre-YouTube. YouTube started in 2005, I believe. But when things went viral, they had to go viral through blogs. Like influencers were Gizmodo, I don't know, Kotaku or whatever was, Kotaku, whatever the thing back then. But, those types of blogs anyway.
I used to jerk off to Kotaku.
Oh, yeah, me too, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Wait, I think that's something different.
Yeah. You know those Kotaku videos? All those guys standing around that woman?
Kotakuing her.
Oh, yeah, but I love that blog, though, the Bukkake blog, though. You know, that one that's all about video games and shit? I think you're getting a couple things mixed up, but... No, I think it's pretty right.
Man, Bukkake's review in GTA 5 was amazing. What?
Yeah.
What did you just say?
Whatever it is, I want to see it, but I don't think it exists. But yeah, so that's how, before the ubiquitous social media exposure made things viral, she essentially woke up one day and realized a bunch of these tech blogs had picked up her story, so she capitalized on it. And actually, MIT, this is actually kind of a sweet thing about, one of the few sweet things about academia, is that instead of them being like, it's ours because you developed it under us, they did file a patent, but they filed it and gave her sole inventor credit, which allowed her to do whatever she wanted with the product and the company. So they did that. She started a company, and she started to market the product after she completed her master's. And it took off. It sold like 500,000 units in the first, few years, something like that. And in 2013, the company released an updated version called Talkie, a variation of Clocky that rolls away, just like its predecessor, but also features the ability to record personal messages, like, you can't find me, motherfucker, or play MP3s as alarms. However, from what I could tell, because I did a little Googling, there's no Talkie anymore, but it does have a lot of those features, and it's just Clocky again. I think they just rebranded it, retro-branded it, to be its own thing, or to be its old thing, I should say.
I want this, but I want it to be a drone. It sits on your nightstand. It goes off, and you map the room ahead of time with it. Like you show the camera to the room or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And you slap it once for the alarm, and then it goes, and it like floats around the room.
Oh,
and you
my
have to
God.
get up and be like, ah,
Dude, people were already talking about how they and I guess one of the things about that is a drone might be more cost prohibitive than the $30 clock.
I don't think at this point they are.
I don't know. Can you buy one for 30? Oh, you're talking like the little shitty
little
throwaway
tiny
ones, single-use drones. Essentially. Yeah.
The expensive part might be like having it have facial recognition or something. Some kind of camera where it stays away from you. All it's told is see human face. Run.
Yeah, air clocking.
So you're like chasing it through your house as it's going like wee-oo, wee-oo, wee-oo. And you're just like,
no,
you get a broom and you're trying to kill it.
I love it. Like you get up on time because of this, but you end up showing up to work late because you've had to spend all day trying to catch this fucking
It's hiding from you.
No, my alarm clock flew away. It fucking made it to the neighbor's yard. Oh my God, it was terrible. Fucking chewing up the kid's face.
Yeah, to own one, you have to put in a lot of personal info, like financial statements and stuff. So you don't want someone grabbing it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh, it has everything. It's a privacy fucking nightmare. Yeah. It cannot be sold in the state of California. It can fly there though.
It can fly across the border.
Though I actually was thinking about this. I'm like, I wanted to kind of keep. I'm not going to do the work to keep an eye on that. But like, are they in the works of creating a really intelligent version of it? I feel like it might be too good, like, because this is they like in the last version of it came out before AI was a thing, like where like
robots are becoming a thing too.
Facial recognition, where like it can like map things out like properly, so it knows exactly where to go, where you don't go, like because it'll hide, and then when you catch it, it'll move away from you again.
I mean, you don't need it to fly, like just two little legs. It can, like robotics are.
Oh
getting
no, I'm
there.
saying your drone, but like
but
this is
you have 4 little legs and it just runs around and like like a little retarded chicken. You have to stop every morning.
Yeah, I think I'm guessing seeing they can barely make robots like stand up right now. That probably keeping it on wheels is the most.
I want 4 little legs, and you can't hurt it too bad. Like when you catch it, because you could break it.
Yeah, it's like $60 million.
It comes with replacement legs. And...
Yeah, of course, yeah. But I think that bipedal or a quadrupedal even worse. But like I think bipedal movement, quadrupedal is probably easier. I think.
Let's make it 8-legged. Make it a nightmare.
Just a spider.
Like, it's a box.
You're like, I don't want to catch it.
Your alarm goes off and you tap it. Then 8 legs sprout out, and it's like, ah!
Yeah. So you're running away from your alarm clock. So you don't want to hit snooze.
Can you come over? You got a neighbor's door, like, it's fucking 6 a.m. What do you need? Like, you need to not kill this spider, but turn it off.
Just gently hit the snooze button. I'm gonna like distract it.
It will run around and might attack you.
What do you need? I need you to distract my alarm clock for me. What are you talking about?
We're gonna trap it under this bucket.
Put a little piece of paper under it, let it outside. Beep, beep. Just running around the neighborhood for fucking days. It's okay, we got new content out of Big Nobel Prize, which we generally don't do. So we are going to move into this now. Scott, this is the last week that we used to have a web dropping sting ages ago. We kind of stopped doing it sort of as a joke, and now after episode 400, we're going to go back to a good sting for web droppings.
It's going to take some work to create one.
And but for now, we're going to do a standard web droppings, but it's not standard web droppings. We're not going to have a sting, but this is the halfway to Halloween edition web droppings. This is coming out probably about a week, maybe a week and a half before halfway to Halloween officially, April 30th, May 1st, whatever. Sound. Yeah. Oh yeah. Half bat sound. Flat. This one Wayne.
Just flat.
Yeah, flat. Thunk.
Yeah, we are halfway to Halloween.
Yeah, so
happy halfway to Halloween, everybody. Yes. Get your decorations out, deck out your house.
Yeah.
It's spring cleaning. You might as well pull out the old Halloween decorations, dust them off.
Take out your spider
Get them
alarm,
ready for October.
Spider alarm clock running around the neighborhood. Get that all set up.
Have you ever thought about how in October it's cold and maybe you don't want to get your yard ready for Halloween?
That's true.
Get it ready early when it's warm.
Do that.
Everyone loves a crucified scarecrow in their front yard year round.
I think honestly, I would. Yeah, I'd fucking if it were like kosher, that'd be fine. It's got to be kosher. But halfway to Halloween,
can you get in trouble for burning a cross in your own yard?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Okay, moving on.
Yeah, because at that point you're just burning a cross.
That has nothing to do with Halloween, but I think of it as iconic horror imagery because it scares minorities. But it should scare everyone. It should scare Christians, minorities, sane people.
It should.
It should scare everyone.
Yeah, it's just a terrifying.
It's a terrifying thing.
I think just turning and you could be like, it was a bonfire, just turned out this way.
And then to balance it out on the other side of your yard, you put up a very big pentagram with blingy lights, like it blings. Yeah. It does Morse code.
So that's it.
Yeah, a beautiful blingy pentagon.
I love
pentagram. And then on the other side, a burning cross. So you have kind of like a balance.
I do like the thought of like pentagram and a circle.
You got the accepted symbol looking as horrific as possible, and the unaccepted symbol looking as beautiful as possible.
Wait, what is the,
like it has pinwheels and sparklers. It shoots fireworks out at 4th of July.
There's a specific.
It's a pentagram for patriots.
Yeah, there's a specific.
It's a.
I do like the thought of one that spins.
It's a patriogram. No, it's a penetriat.
Wait, what's the name of the one?
Pinwheel.
It's no, but it's a pentagram surrounded by a circle has its own name, or is that a pentagram?
Isn't that like the Jewish thing?
Well, no, like a Jewish star, it's star.
No, it's a different.
That's six-sided. Yeah, but the pentagram is a 5-sided star, but the one like surrounded by a circle is named something else, or it's named a pentagram. Pentacle, yes. Pentacle is a 5-sided pentagram surrounded by a circle.
Yeah.
Good.
So you do a festive pentacle.
Yeah, festive.
Yeah, the outside literally spins around with the fireworks that shoot out with it propel.
That's what I'm thinking.
Propel the ring. Yeah. The inside just says America, America over and over.
Love it. So yeah, halfway to Halloween edition. The reason this is because we brought to the table 3 creepy related stories, creepy-ish kind of things that would normally make it to our Halloween episode.
Yeah, this was actually more Halloween than some of the Halloween stories we found last year.
And this is like we got lucky. Turned out to be this was very Halloween centric, and we don't have to save these stories for Halloween. We're gonna do them now.
This is our new segment, Bury the Lead. We're gonna bury the lead. Yeah. We said what we meant, but the stories won't happen ever.
Well, we're out of time.
Yeah. Get lost.
Yeah, it's crazy that one little sting just put us over the top.
We run a tight ship here.
Yeah, we do. If you ever listened, you know we run a really tight ship. Actually,
right.
By the way, speaking of tight ship, I'm gonna be this is how the sausage's made. I'm going to be putting a sound blanket up behind me because I realize, and people may have realized in the last number of years, some of the audio degradation in my microphone specifically, and we've realized it's because we switched rooms to this giant room with a ton of echo. I'm going to be putting a sound blanket up right behind me.
Smart.
I've got some hooks ready to go. It's going to go, bing, bong, boom.
You know, it's been working for us, though, so far, because I provide the least amount of funny on the show, and you provide the most. So they hear me clearest, but least funniest, and you least clear, but most funny.
That's how
it balances. It balances.
That's how it goes. I would say we're equally funny. And then, and it's funny, I've actually got the nicest of microphones, which is probably the worst one to have in this spot because it picks up the most reflections. So, whatever. Anyway, I was thinking instead maybe I'd just buy like 2 new microphones, but the ones I want are like $250 a piece.
No, just tack a sheet up.
Yeah, I'm going to tack a sheet up. I already have.
Tack a sheet up.
I was thinking about spending $500 on something, but my much more frugal friend of mine, who's way better with money, tells me maybe I should just go with the old sheet thing. Will give us the exact same results.
Yeah, pretty much that's what I would do.
Pretty much will. All right, well, $500 it is. I just want 2 new microphones that we'll barely use. All right. Anyway, moving on.
First story. Disorder makes people see demon faces.
I love it.
This is an interesting story because it is not a huge disorder like running rampant across the U.S. This is a very niche thing, and someone actually had this happen to them recently in a way where they were actually able to talk to someone, and they created these 3D models of what they see. That's what makes this story the most interesting out of all the people afflicted by it.
Okay, so these images you're showing here aren't just like necessarily just a random artist rendition. This is potentially
a person brought the person suffering from this into a room.
Oh, this is like legit neuroscience.
They took faces and they said, now tell me what makes this face when you're seeing demonic faces look demonic. And it's like, stretch the eyes out, make the ears do this. They talked them through it to the point where they're like, that's exactly what I see.
Oh, okay. So it's like police sketch, but they're like being able to like real time it. Actually, why don't they do that more in police sketches? Just have like I guess you can't have a bunch of 3D animators showing up at the police department like day in, day out. No,
they also beat and plant coke on most of them.
All right, you know the drill. Aww. I was just trying to help.
Hey, we pay you in coke. Yay! Yeah. Now we beat you for having coke.
Yeah.
Oh.
Now we're taking and gonna do it ourselves.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, get in the fucking cell, demon.
So this story involves Victor Shara, who has always had sharp vision, but one life-altering day in November of 2020, he noticed out of the blue that people's faces looked like they were demonic. Their noses, ears, and mouths were stretched back, and there were deep grooves in their forehead, cheeks, and chins. Quote, my first thought when I woke up was that I woke up in a demon world, said Shara, 59 from Clarksville, Tennessee. You can't imagine how scary it was. Now, this, I'm going to skip a whole lot further into this story. To create the visuals, researchers asked Shar to describe the difference between photographs of real people's faces and what he was seeing. And then they used image editing software to modify the pictures until he was like, yeah, that's what I saw. So this is PMO. Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm
Prosopometomorphophasia.
Yeah.
Close enough.
Yeah.
We're going to call it PMO for the rest of the story.
Yeah, perfect. PMO. Perfect.
Yeah, PMO is a thing. Fewer than 100 published cases have been reported ever of this, and they suspect it is caused by a dysfunction in the brain network that handles facial processing, though they don't fully understand what triggers the condition. Some cases have been linked to head trauma, stroke, epilepsy, or migraines, but other people with PMO have had no actual issues with the brains, no damage, no nothing. This guy, Shara, has 2 possible triggers for it, which makes it very likely why he has it. Like, he's not one of those out of the blue, see, demons got people.
Yeah. There are those people. There really are.
This guy's a little unlucky. Yeah. First of all, he had carbon monoxide poisoning 4 months before his PMO symptoms started.
Okay, that's not a good thing to have regardless. Even if you don't see demons, I think it's just not good for your long-term health.
And second, he endured a significant head injury about 15 years prior while he was trying to unjam the handle on his trailer, falling backward and hitting his head on concrete.
Oh, so this is like, this is not just a concussion, but this is
good old concretey.
Yeah. This is like a serious TBI, right? Traumatic brain injury, but beyond just having. This is a
good old carbon monoxide concrete to the heady.
Yep, yeah, that's PMO, baby, classic PMO.
Good old, some metric head trauma.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna keep trying to shoehorn that in as hard as I can.
Just try to jam that.
So other people have reached out to the lab with symptoms. Some people said they have seen face distortion since they could remember, since they were a child, and for them at least, it's impossible to find out what event made this responsible for them. I'm thinking shaken baby syndrome, maybe concrete against head baby syndrome, maybe concrete baby carbon monoxide syndrome.
Yeah, trying to unjam the handle on your trailer with a baby syndrome.
I'm just worried, every one of these could be just the baby got hit in the head and had carbon monoxide poisoning. Yep. Boom, demon faces.
Yeah, so I've been putting my baby in the tailpipe to try to speed this thing up a twofer, if you will. Bing, bang, boom, head trauma, carbon monoxide, done. Now the PMO. Does he have the PMO yet? Are you trying to give your baby PMO?
All I can think of is Beverly Hillbilly. He's like, got a baby in the tailpipe. That's my Eddie Murphy in Beverly Hills Cop 1. Got a baby in the tailpipe.
Yeah. You're like, you got to put a baked potato in the tailpipe?
He's like, got a banana in the tailpipe.
Put a baby in the tailpipe.
Got a baby in the tailpipe.
I love it.
That shit's gonna see demons. That laugh he had, I cannot do that laugh. It's so iconic.
Yeah, it is.
He doesn't do it anymore. I think it's literally the character from Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't do it in Beverly Hills Cop 4, which comes out in 2 months,
he's gotta.
If he does not walk around going that weird fucking annoying laugh, I'm gonna lose it. That's the character.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Also, we need Bronson Pinchot to come back.
I don't think he's doing much now.
He is on he's in Worst Cooks in America.
Oh, okay.
Season 15.
I
was watching it last night with my wife. Bronson Pinchot. Guess how old he is? Don't type on your computer.
Oh, no. He's 61.
65. Guess how old he looks?
I would say 50.
31.
Yeah. So he looks like he
29.
He looks like
29.
He's perfect stranger. He's a guy who has an age. I looked him up recently.
He is grosser with the not aging than Adam Scott until he turns around and he has a small bald spot right on the top of his head. But
I think he even had earlier on too.
Bronson Pinchot, has not aged. He could be in Beverly Hills Cop 2 right now at his current age, playing the Beverly Hills Cop 1 character, and you would not blink an eye. You'd be like, yep, that's the dude 5 years later.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I thought he was doing some. He did a lot of voiceover work too.
Maybe, but he's he's on Worst Cooks in America, season 15, I think. My wife has been watching that.
I mean, it does say he's in Beverly Hills Cop, the 2024 one.
Yeah. He is.
I mean, he's listed.
Oh my God.
He's listed on IMDb as an official.
You just made me so happy.
Yeah,
IMDb is not to be trusted. That can sometimes be manipulated.
That could be anybody putting it in there as a high hope. But honestly, I don't see why they wouldn't. They've been getting everybody else back for it. So why wouldn't they get? I mean, he's a clutch version or a clutch piece of it. So yeah,
he's a clutch piece.
Dude, you know what? He's a clutch piece. I haven't watched those movies in so long. I think I'm gonna.
I rewatched Beverly Hills Cop 1 last month. It holds up so hard.
I think I'm gonna have.
It is so good.
I've been making it through a bunch of like horror franchises lately. Made it through all the Leprechauns recently. Made it through Children of the Corn.
I've been ditching out of horror a little because of too much.
All of like Ghoulies I made it through recently. But I think now my next franchise I'm gonna go Beverly Hills Cop.
I got
VHC, baby.
I got all three Beverly Hills Cop 1, 2, and 3 on VHS the other week at the local thrift store.
Nice.
I was very happy with that.
Nice, yeah.
I feel like I should just pop in 2 and 3 as VHSs, not even look for them streaming.
There is kind of like
get the graininess.
Yeah, there's like I want to watch it shitty. Like when I was watching like a 4K restoration of Ghoulies, I'm like, this doesn't feel right. I want to watch these things come out of the toilet and barely know what they look like because they're on fucking 240p. But
sometimes you want to see it bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Moving on to the next story. Drugs made from human bones.
Human bones?
This story comes out of Sierra Leone, where a drug epidemic is running rampant through the country. Kush, a psychedelic blend.
First of all,
Kush is weed. It's good weed.
Yeah, that's the thing
but
about
this is Sierra Leone. This is Africa.
Yeah, exactly. So Kush is human bone, probably like crocodile human bones.
Should have said that for the average American who doesn't know geography. Sierra Leone is in Africa.
Yes, it's in Africa, yeah.
Kush, a psychedelic blend of addictive substances, has been prevalent in the country for years. But currently, there is an existential crisis with it. They even built a military-style camp for people suffering from this drug to go into.
Okay.
And they said it's not really even a medical facility; it's more of a holding facility.
Yeah,
it's to keep these people corralled.
Wow. Wait, so people just show up and free Kush, and then they show up, or they're
going there for help because it destroys you.
And the only way to really help them is be it's not like gentle rehab by the sounds of it. They essentially you're volunteering for prison.
The surge between 2020 and 2023 of usage of this drug in Sierra Leone is 4,000%.
And it sounds like one of those really when we talk
that's
about
if 4 people were using it. Now 4,000 are using it, right?
Yeah.
That's how that percentage works?
Well, 4,000%, it'd be, it would be...
If one person was using it, now we have a 4,000% increase. We now have 4,000 users.
Right, I think so. Right?
If we were using simple math. So imagine there's more than one person using it. And extrapolate that number out in your head. I'm trying to make this math simple for...
Yeah, we've already proven that we're not a very particularly good math podcast, despite the fact that I majored in math for a considerable portion of my incomplete college portion. And I used to know really good math. And now it turns out when you're just 30 years away from it, it's I guess 20 years away from it, it takes its toll. But so this stuff sounds
we still haven't gotten to bones.
Yeah, this is this sounds like it wouldn't be a big thing if it wasn't for when I think about the drugs on it's a designer drug. I mean, but clearly, different than the designer.
It's a designer drug if the designer was a druggie himself, and not like a physicist or chemist who made LSD. For instance.
No. So what I'm thinking of is when we have these.
It's more like someone in a hut going, "Yeah, if we throw enough barbiturates and throw a little coke in there, a little coconut because they're similar sounding." Yeah. They kind of did a fucking. I don't know, bath. It's like bathtub drugs.
Well, no, and so what I was thinking is even though it's still a little less, it's sort of like when people make at home crocodile or something like that, where it's easier to make the meth, but crocodile also just rots your skin off. It's terrible. All drugs are
this deforms you. It gives you swollen limbs, dysfunctional limbs.
Physically, fucking completely devastates you as well.
Now the bone part, dried bones ground up are part of the recipe for this drug.
Are they from old addicts? Because this could be its own little cyclical thing. You're you died from this? What do you want to donate your body to science? Donate my body to Kush, please. Okay, just grind the bones up.
But what has ended up happening is spike in Kush use has seen Freetown, an area in Sierra Leone. Their main cemeteries have requested police security to protect themselves from young men digging up skeletons to ground up the bones every night.
That's crazy. And wait, so it's specifically It can't just be any bones. It's got to be human bones.
Yep, and
Why?
basically every
It's fucking
cemetery in
bone.
Sierra
It's bone
Leone now has
material.
armed security guards at night to keep people from going in and digging up skeletons.
And I'm guessing it's probably because of like a psychological thing where people think it needs to be human bones, but like isn't bone essentially bone? Like it's got calcium. It's like bones are essentially bones. Like it takes testing to a very specific microscopic degree to determine if there's a dog bone or a human bone, like a fragment. It takes a crazy amount of testing.
Well, this
because
drug
it's
is
so
fucking
close.
people up. Maybe they're experimenting. Maybe they're like, all right, we can't do anyone from 1920 to 1950. You know, they're trying to narrow in on the good bones.
We tried dog bones.
We tried baby bones.
We tried baby bones. Baby bones are too good. You know.
Yeah,
they're just too hard to get. Suddenly you get baby bone kush. That shit goes up 600%.
Oh, it's like, you know how they name drugs like pot, like they call it Kush, or they call it Vanilla Sky or whatever.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
These could be
London pound cake.
Uncle Darby.
And it's just like
Little Annie.
Oh, especially like if you find out like a whole line, like the Darby line, like that whole family, like man, you have.
And then they ran out. There's no more dead
so now
Darbys.
There's fucking murdering.
Now
Darbys.
it's Darby season.
Yeah. Like, oh no, fresh Darby. You got some fresh Darby?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. This is fucking good shit. This 6-year-old Darby right
We got
here.
a grow house out here where we just grow Darbies.
They become like the most amazing human cloners on the planet.
Oh, I was thinking grosser. Like they capture the one fertile female in the family and create a baby mill where they make Darbies.
That would probably be easier than learning cloning.
It would. Yes, kidnapping a woman and raping her is easier than cloning.
Yeah, but then you only get one
Guess
every 9
what
months.
rapists don't do?
Yeah.
Cloning.
But I guess you only get one every 9 months. But then you can also take those two, and the woman comes out of those. You save all the women aside, and they become new. Fertilizer. This is a fucking dark subject. Let's get moving.
I hope our podcast isn't carried in Sierra Leone because we might be giving them ideas.
Yeah. Oh, like
they're literally like notes. Like we see a spike in listeners. So like spike. Like
we might want to look at our listeners.
Thousands of new
Sierra Leone,
listeners in Africa. Like.
Yeah.
I think we just taught them something.
And then a 4,000 spike becomes a 16,000 spike. We're like, let's
Then all of a sudden there's a news story next week about Darby Mills.
You didn't even know there was anybody with the last name Darby in Sierra Leone because it doesn't sound like a Sierra Leone fucking last name. Like, it took us a while to find the one Darby in fucking Sierra Leone.
We're raping the shit out of him, but we're not making babies.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's just visiting from the UK, ducking Doctors Without Borders. We're fucking just got him strapped in this fucking derby.
The podcast said if you rape a Darby, you get babies.
We get babies. We've been raping this guy all day. Oh,
you probably should teach sex ed in Sierra Leone.
Yeah, I don't think they're
and how not to rape. Maybe you should teach cloning.
Yeah, I was saying maybe cloning would be the better way to go, right? But
yep.
Whatever. That's the way it goes. This is a horrible topic. How do we make this topic darker?
Yep.
Like we went.
Some woman gets attacked in a New York City street. The guy grabs her, pulls up her skirt, about to rape her. She's like, "How about you just go into cloning?" You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
I hear Coursera has a pretty good program.
Lifts her up by her hand, dusts her off, shakes her hand, apologizes, gives him all the money out of his wallet. I'm gonna go be a cloner.
Yep.
And she's like, I don't know if I saved the world or me or neither.
Yeah, next year, fucking the Nobel Peace Prize, Nobel Prize in physics goes to, probably not physics, medicine, biology, whatever, goes to former rapist and current cloner, Johnny McNicholson.
Yeah, no one complains when you rape the clones.
I think the clones do. No, we took out their vocal cords. Yeah. We cloned them without the vocal cords, and they can't complain. They're complaining list for goo. Yeah, they're all named Darby, and that's called a immediate callback. Callback to the same story.
Give your callback, and we just said it.
It's a slight callback. Anyway, I think. Is there any more here? Or
nope.
Cool. All right. And moving on. All right, we got a last story of the day and of halfway to Halloween season. This is a pretty short one. There's not a whole lot to talk about, but everybody's probably heard about the two groups of cicadas that are going to be plaguing the United States this year. Now, we don't have to worry about them in the Northeast, but
liberal and Republican.
Oh, snap! He got them. He got them.
Two types of cicadas.
Took them out.
Yeah.
Yeah, two infestations. Yeah, there we go. The two-party system is infestation in and of itself. Sure, fuck it, whatever. Hypersexual zombie cicadas that are infected with sexually transmitted fungus expected to emerge this year. Now, this
Hot.
is... Yeah, it's a hot cicada.
What's hot this spring? Sexually infected zombie cicadas. I can taste it on my tongue.
Yeah, you're not supposed to eat these cicadas. People do
Shit,
eat...
I made a mistake. Oh, no. I do anything for fame, but...
Oh, no, man.
Come watch my cancer blog. It gave me cancer. I don't know why.
Honestly, you eat a zombie fungus cicada, you might as well get cancer.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, probably will. But anyway,
I got the Last of Us disease.
Actually, it'd probably be kind of like that. Yeah, wouldn't it? Yeah.
I'm a clicker.
Yeah. Good. More references.
I'm a little girl.
Oh, everybody knows that's classic Last of Us. I remember when she said that.
I'm Pedro Pascal.
Yeah, they definitely said that.
I like little girls, but only in the sense of saving their lives.
Yeah, I love the fact that he didn't even use his character's name. Classic Last of Us. I remember that.
I remember the video game where he's like, I'm Pedro Pascal.
I wonder who they're going to...
I wonder how they cast him.
Oh, fuck, we gotta do it.
He said it.
Fucking Pedro Pascal's nephew was working
There's
on the
a
game.
weird clause in the game that says if this is ever made, it has to be him.
It's gotta be him.
Or else you can get sued.
Yeah. It was his fucking nephew working on the game. But yeah, so...
Yeah, we cast Bronson Pinchot. Got sued instantly.
But anyway, so we got, this year in the United States, we have trillions of cicadas being, emerging, you might as well say, because one of the broods, brood 19, is released, or emerges on
That's a metric brood.
It is. No, it's a baker's brood.
It's a baker's brood.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then the next one is
It's a metric baker's brood.
The next one is actually, because this is actually great that we're talking about this, because the baker's brood is the brood 19, which is on a 13-year cycle, but then brood 13, oddly enough, is on a 17-year cycle.
Which is a baker's.
Metric.
Yeah, metric
baker's dozen.
Jesus Christ. We're going to shoehorn this in as hard as we fucking can.
Bored yet, folks? I didn't think so. If you were, you should own a lumberyard.
You still listening to the show, stupid?
Yeah.
Might as well just own it.
Why?
I like it when they harass us, the listener.
Yeah, it's that, or like they're all from Sierra Leone and they're all fucking taking notes. They're tuned out by now. We got through the how to raise a fucking cloning.
Oh, they
garbage.
paused the show to go do that.
Oh yeah. We're not getting finished here, but yeah. So we're talking to no one now, but it's gonna be fun anyway. So yeah, the two brood 19, 13-year cycle, 17-year cycle. So not very often do they
happen in the same year.
Yeah, in fact, I think it was in the 1800s the last time.
Fuck, this is like an eclipse year.
That's true. Oh my God, are we reaching the end of the world?
I mean, we had an earthquake this week. We had two.
I love the fact that we're talking about our earthquake, which was like
northeast.
Yeah, I know, but like Taiwan, or what was it? Taiwan?
They had one too.
Like the 8.3 that fucking collapsed an entire apartment building. Still looking for survivors.
Maybe don't live in Taiwan.
We're like, no, New Jersey had a 4.7. Somebody in White River may have farted, or they had an earthquake.
I mean, that's kind of how bias works and everything.
True.
People see a few connections, and that's all they need. Like,
exactly.
We had 2 1.5 foot snowstorms in April, pretty much.
Yep.
We had an earthquake. We have an eclipse. We have double cicadas. Like,
yeah, but the thing is, we're not getting double cicadas. Those are just happening.
I mean, if there's too many cicadas, they need to spread out.
Yeah.
Spread the cicadas.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, what are they gonna do? Just fucking eat everything? That's what they do. That's literally what they do.
There are gonna be trillions of them now.
I was thinking maybe they'd spread out their zone because the world's getting warmer, and maybe like someone would be like, it's too cramped. I can't pee when someone watches. I need some privacy.
The interesting thing about
fly
it
north.
is that they're almost all in the south, but there's just one random place in Illinois that they emerge to. And everything between not.
Dude, that was one asshole tourist. Like, I'm bringing this home for my son.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, he brings like it's like a mogwai in a box.
Exactly. Exactly. And like, you bought me a fucking bug?
Yeah, I traded my smokeless ashtray for this.
Yeah. Hey, but guess what? This bug dies immediately, and then it'll come back 13 years later.
It's like a mogwai.
I don't think you've seen the
what are the other rules?
I don't know, don't flush it down the toilet or turn into a bunch of them and we'll get in trouble. Oh, he did just that, didn't he? Anyway, yeah, that's probably how it works. We're going to go ahead and say that's truth now.
The good old cicada mogwai rules for Illinois.
So trillions this year. So the pathogen, specifically...
trillions.
Is a Massospora cicadina, yeah, there we go, replaces 1/3 of the cicada's body, including genitals, with a fungal plug. Yet, the cicadas just continue normal activities.
Dude, stop saying fungal plug. I can only get so hard.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
Oh, you got that fungal plug.
Yeah, that's right.
I got off Etsy. They make them at home.
DIY fungal plugs. So the cicadas continue normal activities due to an amphetamine produced by the fungus. So
fuck yeah! These are amped up amphetamine induced.
So this is So to summarize, this is
The Last of Us, but weird.
Yes. To summarize this, it's a fungal cocaine that infects bugs after they fuck that makes them want to fuck even more. No coke dick for these cicadas, and
no coke dick for cicadas.
Suno, you on this?
Yeah.
If we didn't have something to go at already, fuck it.
If you already fucked and your brain's now coke, you gotta fuck a little more because your brain needs more coke.
Yeah, fucking coking, die for 13 years and come back.
Dude, this could be an end of the world. Like, literally, if this passed to humans, all of a sudden some guy gets this in his brain, goes home, fucks his wife, coke binge in his head,
and his dick is rock hard.
Yeah, and then he fucks her again, and it gives her the coke fungus.
Well, because it is sexually transmitted.
Yeah,
so.
and it goes around, and basically,
and then they're both out fucking. It's like fucking like rabbits, but they're fucking spreading this STD out like crazy.
All you need is one swinger couple to spread this across the nation.
Yeah. That's what it's going to start. Illinois. There's nothing else to do in this one little podunk town in Illinois. No. It's not even Chicago where this place is. It's like backwoods Illinois where these guys come out, and that's where it's going to start. That or the South where they're fucking these bugs.
They start taking down their pineapple wall art and putting up mushrooms.
Oh, that's how you know it happens.
That's how you know.
That's how you know the fucking people have moved on. Well, you mentioned that, spreading to the humans, but the professors actually, or the researchers don't exactly know what this means for other wildlife. They're probably not really worried too much about humans, but other wildlife.
End of the world as we know it.
Oh, but they do say report documented sightings of these fungus cicadas and just avoid eating them. So don't eat the fungus cicadas. Don't eat cicadas.
Just don't eat them.
Just don't eat them.
Just don't walk around eating random bugs.
There's a lot of other things you can eat.
McDonald's doubled in price in the last 10 years, but you still don't need to just eat bugs.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you do, we have a bigger problem. Granted, a lot of this is in the poor South that these things emerge, so then people might just be like,
they're probably going to fuck them.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. They're going to incest the cicadas, and they're going to...
How do you incest a cicada if you're a human and it's a cicada?
You got to fuck them, have them give birth immediately, then fuck the one that comes out.
Okay.
And then you fucking your little kid cicada.
Get lost.
Get lost.
In the heart of Burlington, a pizza shop stands tall, owned by a man named Dan. He's got a strange rule for all. You can't order a sub without a pizza too. He calls customers losers, it's what he's gonna do. We thought to his shop for a taste of something great, but Dan's got oven data he won't tolerate debate. We try to reason, tell him subs should stand alone, but he just shakes his head, says no subs for you, go home. No subs for losers, that's what Dan always says. Pizza or nothing.